detail this week, so I'm super excited to share that. We're also going to be talking about specific types of drivers, which is the first stage of your sales funnel. We will also go over elements of your opt-in page so that we can bring people to your freebie, and then how to deliver that freebie, and last, best practices for email marketing. And something I think you guys are going to find really useful this week is I have put together some very specific examples of emails that I send out for you. And there's also a link to the different types of freebies. So you can also find that in the Facebook group, but just for your own convenience.
Wait, did she say that she sends out for us? Like, does she do this? Does she do email marketing for people?
I don't think so. I think she just gives examples. Let me re-listen.
I put together some very specific examples of emails that I send out for you. And there's also a link to the different types of freebies. So you can also find that in the Facebook group, but just for your
Interesting.
I have linked those in this presentation as well. Okay, so we have three major types of sales funnels. We've got a short sales funnel, a long sales funnel, and also an evergreen sales funnel. And the differentiation here is that short and long sales funnels typically have some kind of manual outreach. So manual drivers, meaning social media posts, maybe you write some emails that go out, some direct messaging on your Instagram or Facebook, those types of things. So the evergreen sales funnel is fully automated, typically just has Facebook ads running to it. And I will be going over the specifics for all three of these next. Okay, so here are the stages of your sales funnel. So these are the four major elements. And this should be a little bit of review after last week. And if you have not really gone into the material from last week, I encourage you to do that. And this is going to be a little bit of review for those of you that have. And if you need help with any of this, please always reach out to me. So the first stage of your sales funnel is your driver. So here are some examples for drivers for you: Facebook ads, Google ads, social media posts, Facebook group marketing, live events, seminars, workshops, online summits, and also podcasts. I know a lot of you host your own podcasts, and if you don't want to do that, you can always reach out to people that have podcasts, because 9 times out of 10 they are looking for, guests, interviewees, content features. So you'll probably
Which I actually think is a super smart way to do this, is we're trying to build a following and to jump on other people's podcasts.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that's really smart.
Your website for this, you can also use a program called Leadpages or ClickFunnels. So this opt-in is actually a page on your website or on Leadpages or ClickFunnels, and it's a place where people can give you their email address so that they can get you. And we talked about freebies last week, and this can be a number of things: a PDF, a video tutorial, a Facebook Live training, an ebook, a website audit, strategy session, an audio file, or an excerpt from your sellable product. And one piece of advice I always give on freebies is to create. It shouldn't cost you anything to create, and they should be quick and easy for your audience to use. And next, with your sales funnel, we have emails. We're going to be going into that a little bit more detail this week. So in your emails, you want to have a series of messaging that goes to your new people who have opted in for your freebie. So I know a lot of us opt in for things. Maybe it's a discount for an online retailer, or it's a tool of some kind. You start getting all these emails with deals and stories and promos and all these things. So I'm going to tell you how to set that up. So your new opt-in, including the people that have given you their email to get your freebie, should receive 5 emails over 14 days with a specific sales strategy for each email. And again, I have actually linked all my emails in the coming slides so you can see exactly the copy that I used. Okay, so this is kind of a visual representation of yourself. So the traffic drivers, which is kind of you are reaching out to people who don't know you yet, but more people in your funnel. Your traffic drivers, your opt-in page, then your freebie, then your email marketing, and your last action. So I talked about some of the stuff that I like.
You pooped. You did poop, Mom.
The website Alexa and a few others, Shopify, have built-in processing systems. So yours will be to help you connect all those pieces together for the highest conversion rate. Okay, so here we are at our types of sales funnels. So I said earlier that you have a short sales funnel, a long sales funnel, and also evergreen. So I want to explain each of these briefly for you. So the short sales funnel just leads to a one-time offer. For example, if you have a Facebook ad running, and maybe you have a live event coming up, and you just run a Facebook ad to the sign-up page so that people buy tickets, that is a short sales funnel. And in addition to that, you have a longer sales funnel, which has a series of upsells. So if you've ever opted in for something and then you get redirected to another page that says, oh, hey, since you're waiting for your free tool in the meantime, you might also like this. That is part of your long sales funnel. And there's typically a series of what we call tripwires. And for example, if you are offering a coaching program, it's a one-on-one program with $5,000 investment, you can also offer things at a really, really low investment, like $47, $27, and sell those super high volume with a long sales funnel. So redirecting your traffic to different options will give you multiple revenue streams and will also help nurture your audience so that they do come into larger offerings. Sometimes people just need a little bit more nurturing to become one-on-one clients of yours. We talked about the know, like, and trust factor last week, so this actually helps nurture that audience so that they get to know you, like you, and trust you so that they will invest with you at a higher level. And last, we've got the evergreen sales funnel. So this funnel is fully automated. So for example, you have maybe a Facebook ad that leads to an opt-in page, which you'll be creating this week, with a series of upsell pages. So this also will lead to your higher offer, and then if you don't engage there, it can also then lead to a lower offer, like a tripwire or something else. So an evergreen sales funnel typically has several stages, and it's all completely automated. So the only thing you'll have to do to create the sales funnel is to turn the pieces up, and then you just click run on the Facebook ad. You constantly have traffic running from your higher offers to your lower offers, so that way you're creating a steady flow of revenue from a lot of different sources. Okay, so what drivers should you use for your sales funnel? I always ask people, where do you like to hang out? You should really be using drivers that you like. So is it Facebook, Instagram? Do you podcast? Do you love doing live videos? Do you like running like 5-day challenges? Pick one or two of these things and really hit it hard. Do not do all the things. So don't send emails, do a podcast, be on Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook. You'll make yourself crazy. And it'll show in the content that you're producing. You really want to make sure that it's high quality content and that you enjoy it, because that kind of energy will come through in your creativity and your messaging. You also want to be a leader. So Facebook groups are an excellent driver for your opt-in page. So start a group or join one of many groups aimed at your ideal clients. Starting a group automatically puts you in the leadership position. You are in charge, you get to call the shots, you get to engage people, and it gives you the highest amount of visibility to improve marketing strategy. Okay, next question. Do I have to invest in ads? No, you don't. I only run Facebook ads probably 2-3 times a year at the most, but they are a great way to reach outside of your immediate network. So I typically run Facebook ads when I am selling a new product. Some of you may have seen Facebook ads for this type of academy. So when I'm trying to fill a group program or a new product of some kind, I typically will run Facebook ads. But I certainly don't spend a lot on Facebook ads annually. And next, how do I create ads? So we will have a whole week dedicated to Facebook ads after your sales funnel is fully built. I am getting a few questions on how to create Facebook ads, but just hang on to that because we have a few more pieces to create in sales funnel before we can start running ads. Okay, so what should your opt-in page look like? What should I add to my page? Your opt-in page should clearly tell the audience what you want them to do and only have one call to action. You want one button on this opt-in page. And lead pages are super clear. They have lots of templates for you to use, and there's only one button typically on lead pages for you to access. So what do you say on your opt-in page? You want to list 3 benefits for your ideal client so that they will get your freebie. People will opt in if they know what they're getting. have an opt-in box on your homepage that says grab our newsletter, I can guarantee that your conversion rates are super low because we have enough emails coming in, enough places. So we don't want to be opting in for things that we don't know we're getting. So it's really important to explain what they're getting, use words like exactly and proven, and phrases like go from blank to blank. So for example, you want to say go from broke to booming. You want to really identify that problem solution for your ideal client and what you can provide them. And next, how do I connect it to my email? So this is typically called storage in the form on your website. It's also found in the editing section of lead pages. And if anybody needs, I actually have a tutorial on this that I'll be adding to the Facebook group that will show you step by step how to create this. And then what images do you use? Consider the look and feel of your brand. You want your pages to be consistent with key messaging you want to communicate. Hopefully, you have pictures of yourself on your lead pages. On your opt-in pages, because those will convert at the highest rate. So here's a couple examples for you. This is a lead page, this is an opt-in page that I run frequently. It has a really high conversion rate. I've been very specific on the problem solution here, and I've listed 3 elements of the freebie that people will get. So the conversion rate here is pretty high. And I also see on this call to action button here, I want my free guide so people know that it's free. Another reason that they are opting in highly. So going back a slide here, this is actually created on Squarespace. So this is an option called your cover page. So if some of you are using your website, you're not really sure how to create this, you are going to be using a cover page to do it, not a regular page on your website. And this is what lead pages looks like. So it's just, honestly, it's drag and drop template. It's really easy to change colors. It's easy to put images in there.
I do like her pages better. They look a lot more professional as opposed to like the blinking, flashing neon things that you see in a lot of spam ones.
100% agreed. Those ones I find
it's so interesting though, is that like EMP never mentions any of this. Unless I just didn't get far enough into the training, like EMP does not walk you through how to do this. They just always talk about it.
Right. Well, and they had you building Facebook ads before they did any of this. I feel like that was a really big missing step because I was like, because they just want you to drive to EMP. When the reality is, I think for us, that was what was missing. I was like, I'm driving them to EMP. I don't want to. I need to drive them to me. Then this is so like I feel like this is the big step that we missed before Facebook ads.
For sure. This makes way more sense now. Like, I'm like, oh, this is how we do it. Okay.
Yeah. I know. I felt like I was really missing something before. I was like, why am I like, I felt stupid. I was like, am I not understanding this properly? And now I get it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you will be creating an opt-in page this week to go with your meeting. This is another one. This is a client, Pets in Focus, using this opt-in page. I really, really like it. The color pops. It's a little bit cute. Get your free guide, 5 tricks for creating best pet photos, super clear as to what you get, a visual guide for capturing the pet's perfect home. Really do like that a lot.
Oh my gosh, do people really pay for that?
Well, I guess if you're a photographer and you're like a pet photographer and you want to know.
I guess.
I know.
Yeah, that's so true. I'm like, what? We could really create anything if people are going to buy that.
Anything. I know. That's why I'm like, okay, we've got this.
Well, because this is, so I told Cameron last night, and I was like, honestly, I said, I'm at that point right now where, like, I don't even really care if I hit NMD. If I can regain my queue structure and get the benefits, like have a solid queue structure and have a solid paycheck from Juice Plus every month, I don't even care about NMD at this point. I was like, but if I can be breaking in like $5,000 to $10,000 from doing this that is completely fully automated and lets you like actually, I don't know, be a mom again and like not be stressing out about what other adults are doing and if they're going to grow or not, like that would be fantastic.
100%.
And I mean, seriously, I was like, homeschooling would be so much easier.
Yeah.
Like just how much time it would free up if we didn't have to like be messaging people all the time. If we could do this. And if that could continually attract, and we can, I think what we're learning here though is that we can bring this into our Juice Plus business to an extent, right? Like we can bring people into our audience through all these other things, and that will then filter them into maybe customers, maybe business. But But like, if that was almost a secondary that built on itself because of this, that would be ideal.
100%. I know when I told Mike about it, he was like, yeah, like it's a no brainer.
Yeah. I'm like, are you kidding me? I don't have to manage anybody to be able to do this business. Like if this is our business, we don't have to manage anyone. We don't have to cheerlead anybody. We just, well, I mean, we do, right? Like our community, but we're already doing that and we're not getting paid for it.
Right. Exactly. And it's like, the people who want to glean from it are going to be on there. And so it's not going to be like dragging anyone through the mud. It's going to be like people who actually want the information. Like,
literally. So I got a message this morning from Beth. So Beth is getting her first customer and she was so excited about it. So she was messaging yesterday and I gave her exactly like how to, I'm like, okay, now you can get her information and place the order. That's always the best, or you can, whatever. So I think she ended up just sending her the link, which is just the chicken way out. But anyway, I messaged her last night, like before I went to bed, and she sent me a message back because I was just like, hey, I wanted to follow up and make sure that you were able to go through it without having any issues like with the website or like knowing what to place and stuff like that. And she's like, oh, and I haven't read the whole message. All I read was, well, I figured I'd give her till this afternoon before I harass her again. And I was like, hold up. There's your mental break right there. You feel like you were harassing them when you were trying to get them an order that they want. They want this order. They've already asked you for this order, and now you feel like you're harassing them. Like it about lit me up this morning when I saw those like 3 little words on my watch. I was like, I ain't even dealing with that yet. No.
That's perfect for our call tonight. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, okay. Sorry. Continue.
Okay.
Your freebie has to be hosted somewhere in order for you to deliver it to someone. So we will be going over that next week. Once the freebies are completely done and your opt-in page is done, I'm going to be showing you next week how to connect those systems together. So if you are using Google Docs, this is kind of a hack for you. You can host your freebie on the Google Docs. You just want to make sure that your share settings are open before using this method. And if this needs more explanation, please send me a message. If you do not open those share settings, anybody that tries to opt in will have to request permission. And you get a lot of emails saying this person needs access to this document. This happens to me. I learned the hard way. I ended up with 140 emails of people I had to click all of them to give people access. You want to make sure those share settings are open. And then I have a link here so you can click through this slide and that will show you the folder of the freebies. So if you're still working on creating yours, you'll be able to see that there. Okay, so now we're moving on to emails. What do you say in your email? I have put 5 example emails that I use in one of my sales funnels into a Google Drive folder for you, and that link is here. So you can click through this slide in order to access that. The sequence that I use is automated in MailChimp. It delivers emails every 3 days after each opt-in. And the sales strategy sequence for emails is value sales. So once they opt in, the first 2 emails should be value-based. You shouldn't sell anything in the first contact. And the value-based emails have to be about the ideal client, what you want for them, not about you. So you don't want to pop in with your emails just talking about you have for lunch, what you're looking at, things that you want to buy for yourself. You want to talk to your ideal client and your specific skill set and help that you can offer to them. Okay, so here's our to-do list for this week. I want you to create an opt-in page. And I have linked these pages here on this slide. So you can click through here, go right to the pages. See all of these awesome templates. It's really a fantastic tool for creating opt-in pages. And then I also want you to review the example freebies that are linked in this slide, and also to review those example emails. And for those of you that have not done this yet,
can you like screenshot this and send it to me? I just tried doing it for my phone, and my phone's not screenshotting. I don't know the buttons.
Yeah, totally. Let me. And I'm also going to send you. I think she probably has like the workbook like she did last week. I have to double check, but I'll also send that to you.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. Okay, cool.
When she like posted it yesterday and I went in and it wasn't uploaded yet, and then I hadn't been on yet again until this morning. So I will send that to you for sure.
Your website. And then last, I want you to share your freebie at the Tech Happy Facebook group. I know some of you still might be working on that piece and might need some help. So I love the ones that I've seen so far. I would love to see more of them. So if you've not yet done that, please make sure you go into the Tech Academy Facebook group.
Have you seen Danny's freebie yet?
I was just about to actually ask her what her freebie is, but I find that sometimes she like doesn't share her information. Like,
yeah,
she's which is
that's
fine.
fair. I mean, she doesn't know that we're doing different. Like, she doesn't know that we're not doing what she's like. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't realize that we're not after her audience. We don't want her audience. So, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Now, and once this puppy is built, you won't touch it. I built my sales funnel probably 3 or 4 years ago, and they're constantly business. So I want to help you build out this sales funnel. So this week we're working on your opt-in page. And again, if you need some more support with your freebie, or if you need a little bit of guidance in getting that the freebie finalized, please reach out to me or reach out in the Tech Academy Facebook group, and you'll find all the help and support on that there. Okay, guys, have a great week. Talk to you soon. Thanks.
I love how short her videos are.